Welcome, everybody, and welcome to Wendy Whited Sensei. She holds the Aikido, she's began studying Aikido at Northern Illinois University in January 1973, and she's nanadan, 7th dan, after studying Judo for a year. And after college, she continued her training at the Illinois Aikido Club in Chicago. Then with other club members, Whited Sensei met Saotome Sensei, and subsequently Saotome Sensei sent one of his students, Shigeru Suzuki Sensei, to teach at the Chicago dojo, and she trained with him until he returned to Japan. And she was awarded at that time a shodan in Iaido, and we will benefit from her sword work today. In July 1978, she visited Japan for the first time, training with Hikitsuchi Sensei in Shingu, and fell in love with Japan. In 1987, she responded to an ad for the Japanese Exchange of Teachers program and spent 2 years in Funabashi, Chiba Ken, and taught in 44 different junior high and 5 different elementary schools. She says she got very good at riding trains and buses during that time. And then on her return from Japan, she took up Shoreiru Karate while continuing to attend Aikido seminars, and then began training, teaching in 1990 at the University of Chicago Aikido Club. And then she received permission to start Inaka Dojo in, as she calls it, the bustling metropolis of Beecher, Illinois. Population 2,000. We always love Wendy Sensei's humor. It's just great. So since retiring as an 8th grade teacher and principal, Whited Sensei has been able to return to Japan almost every year. She's been honored to teach at the Kumamoto Bridge Seminar, has visited Humbu Dojo, and where she trained while she was living in Japan. And now she continues to teach at Inaka Dojo in Beecher, and says she indulges her love of travel by attending and teaching, I should say, seminars all over the US. And she is now the president of Aikido Schools of Ueshiba. Welcome, Wendy Whited Sensei, and thank you so much for all of your work in helping to put this together and joining our organizing committee. We're so honored. Onegaishimasu.
Okay, we're gonna get up. My favorite joke is I'm Wendy Whited and I like sticks. So let's go ahead. We'll start in a kamae. A kamae, of course, is your ready stance. Your left hand should always be lower than your right hand. The tip of the sword is what protects you. This is an offense and a defensive weapon. So we're going to start with shomen. You want to go up with your left foot and down with your right foot. Back right, back left. Up left, down right, up right, down left. You'll notice we do not do the 1 foot sliding that they do in kendo, which is fine for kendo, quite useful. But Saotome Sensei and my Iaido teacher didn't teach that. So you have 3 different cuts from shomen. You have a cut that's high, you have a cut that's middle, and you have a cut that's low. So we like to do all 3 of them in a series. If you cut along with me, that would be awesome. High, middle, and low. When we go back, whenever I retreat, I like to have the tip of my sword up in kamae. When you're doing EI, good weapons work, you never take your eye off your partner and you always are in a defensive posture. So, high, middle, and low. And if you like to work on language, Jodan, Chudan, Geidan. My Geidan if you're going to be perfectly correct. So, we're going to take and run this one more time. I'm assuming that everyone can hit 3 cuts without too much trouble. High, middle, low. Excellent. I got 1 person on my screen that can see you. Jodan, Chudan, Geidan. Let me go back. That's your first cut. That's the most basic. It's the simplest cut to do. And of course, one of the hardest. Next cut we go to is one that's known as Yokonuchi. Yoko means side. We usually like to start with the left side because it's the easiest one because all you do is step 45 degrees with your left foot, bend your elbows and hide behind your sword, kick your right foot. Now you're on a 44-degree angle from where you started. I don't finish that cut generally because I am working on some kata type work. So, left foot, around the head, Yokomen. Left foot, around the head, Yokomen. Left foot, around the head, Yokomen. One more time on the left side. Left foot, around the head, Yokomen. Now here comes the hard part. When you're trying to get someone to do this the first time, going to the right side is difficult because you got to push your left hand under your right hand and it feels very strange. Push your left hand under your right hand, let the sword go behind your head. Step 45 degrees off the line, you cut Yokomen to the right side. I always check and make sure my left hand is lower than my right hand and the tip is up. Now going back to the left side, I just get to bend my elbows, make that little 90-degree arc, and back on the other side. So we'll just practice doing our Yokomens. Right side, left side, push through, bend the elbows, 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 push through, and bend the elbows. And boom, we've mastered Yokomen. We're going to put them together now. So we do a shodan, a Yokomen, and a Yokomen. So I start in kamae, left foot, right foot, shodan. Yokomen. Push the right hand through, sword goes behind your head, Yokomen. We'll do that again because that's fun. Shodan, Yokomen, push your right hand through, Yokomen. We'll do it again. Shodan, Yokomen, Yokomen. One more time because 4 is our lucky number today. Shodan, Yokomen, Yokomen. Once you have that mastered, which only takes a couple of years, we're going to go on to our next favorite thing. And that's going to hasso. Hasso can be done a bunch of ways with your feet. That's not that important. But right now, I'm going to bring my feet together, my heels off the ground, and I'm in cat stance. We do karate. My thumb should fit in my ear. I don't stick it there, but that's where I want my sword. Close to my head, up to heaven. Step back, right foot. Keep your face to your partner. Sword goes back behind you and geidan, and the sword should be pointing to the ground. This is not a good geidan. This is a good geidan, because I want to be able to work this sword. Also, if you're flowing hakamon and you start fiddling with your hands, you can hide the length of your sword. I don't care about that right now, but that was part of the idea. So we're going to go back into kamae. We're going to step with our right foot to our left foot, heels up. I'm in cat stance if you do karate. I step back right, keep my face forward and put my sword down. Now the blade is facing out. We're going to do that one more time. Actually, 2 more because 4 is a lucky number today. Cat stance. Step back. Sword goes behind your head. You just relax and come forward. Kamae. Hasso. Cat stance. Sword goes behind. All right, now we're ready to do things with this sword. There's a couple of things I can do. We're starting with the easy one. First of all, when you bring your sword to the front of your body, you're not bringing it this way because if your cousin Fred is next to you in the battlefield, you will take out cousin Fred, and Aunt Mabel will be very upset because she's built that beautiful, she just put together this beautiful kimono and now you ruined it. So you want to keep the tip of the sword close to the ground as it comes through back into kamae. So cat stance, hasso, into geidan, sword stays close to the body, back into kamae. You can test this by getting one of your friends, having them stand next to you, and getting a sword right between you and your friend. Or you can put a chair next to you and make sure that when you bring the sword through, it is close to your body. One more time. And it's close to our body. So it's time to put all these things together. We have shodan. We have left yokomen, push the hand through, right yokomen, back to haso, back to geidan, back to kamae. And oh, look, we have a mini kata. We call these never-ending katas because they end up in the same place. So you can just do them over and over and over until you're really sick of them. Shodan, yokomen left, yokomen right, haso, geidan, back to kamae. Hey, we got to do that one more time. Shodan, yokomen, yokomen, haso, geidan, back to kamae. All right, now, going to kamae is nice, but a little bit boring. So we have to add something to it. So we're going to go into haso. We're going to go to geidan. We're going to come into what would be a kamae position, but you notice my hands are a little odd right now. This hand isn't down. I'm not protecting my thumb. So the reason I'm doing this, I'm going to ski. When I finish my ski, I'm going to drop that left hand. If you'll notice, the tip is up, protects this thumb. If you start dropping your tip, if I was working with you with a live blade, what I want to do is take this thumb off. I add it to my collection of thumbs I've known and loved, and you can't hold the sword anymore. So from here we have a ski, making sure we press that left hand down. Haso, geidan, ski. Haso, geidan, ski. And of course your right foot's forward. Haso, geidan, ski. I'm going to go back to haso, to geidan, to ski. Wow. Does this mean our kata can get longer? You betcha. So we're going to do the whole thing now. Oh my God, will I remember it? If you don't, that's okay, I wrote it down. Shodan, yokomen, yokomen, haso, geidan, ski. Oh, that worked okay. I didn't forget. Shodan, yokomen, yokomen, haso, geidan, ski. 2 more times. And this is looking great. Shodan, yokomen, yokomen, haso, geidan, ski. Checking that left hand to make sure we are not getting that right thumb exposed. Shodan, yokomen, yokomen, haso, geidan, ski. Classic. Now there's a very simple kata you can take home and play with your friends or your students. Have a good time. So what we're going to do now is add a more interesting cut. In the battlefield, you wore a helmet. Helmet was tied under your chin with a beautiful string cloth. What would happen if you cut that cloth and this helmet fell off? You'd be a very happy person. So we're going to work on a cut that would slice under the chin and take that string off. Once again, we're back in haso. We're back to geidan. Now the edge of my blade is up. I'm going to bring the edge of my blade toward the camera. And I'm going to imagine the blade cutting the string off of the person's helmet. So I'm going to step forward right foot and go up until we call it kiriage. So the thing you want to watch out with this cut is that right foot goes forward, you reach out and up under your partner's chin. You just go back. Reach out under your partner's chin. This becomes a block and an attack. Right now, just get it out. I automatically come back to my block because I can't help it. And you can see my block completely covers my face. It's not here. It's not here. Once again, the sword is an offensive and defensive weapon. You're hiding behind a 1/2-inch wide piece of steel. In my case, that's quite a challenge. But we do what we can. So up. And now, bring your left hand so it almost rests on the top of your head. Make sure that your sword covers you. This is why mirrors are important in a dojo. If you're a purist and you don't believe in mirrors, that's okay, but my dojo is covered with mirrors like a dance hall. So everyone can see what they're doing. Step and go into your block. Image, cutting off the string under this person's helmet. One more time. String comes off. One more time. Step, string comes off. Now you're here, what should you do? Oh, there's a wonderful variety of things. If you like sticking people, you can go into a ski here. And unfortunately, your left foot's forward. So you have to finish by stepping in and get your right foot forward. Classically, in my EI school, right feet are always forward on a finish of a cut. So, right foot, left foot, Kiriage, ski 2 steps. Go right back into Hasso, back into Geidan, step through right foot, cover your head well, and ski 2 steps. And what you hopefully will see, this is great, being able to see myself in this monitor, I want this tip of this blade to only move forward and very little other movement. That's what makes the ski from Kiriage block difficult, because it has a tendency to wobble. You have to keep your mind going forward. So when you finish, sword is forward and your left hand is down again. I cannot emphasize enough the need to protect your thumb. If you got your fingers, you got your sword. No fingers, no sword. Hey, Kiriage, 2-step ski. Back into Hasso. If you're fancy, you walk back in your Hasso. Kiriage, step and ski. All right, usually I'd stop now and go through guided practice, and we can't do that. So I'm gonna keep moving on, sorry. Now, I'm gonna move back farther because I need a little more room. Because I wanna deal with the fact I made you step back when I skied you. So now I'm gonna do my Kiriage. I'm gonna do my ski. And I'm gonna do a quick hit to knock your helmet off. So it's gonna be a beat, bam. That's it. The beat is short and the right hand does the control. Bam. Do you see the right hand? Right hand goes out and pulls it back. Bam. Bam. The tip is still high. The tip doesn't go down. The tip is high. Boom. Left hand just moves forward. It doesn't go down much. So it's just very high hit, done fast. Boom. Right hand pulls it back. Boom. Boom. And this is part of what I call a rush. This is called the beat. Makes sense, right? Bam, I just knocked your helmet off. I've done Kiriage, I've cut your sting, I've cut your strap, I skied at you, you start walking back, then I wrap you in the head, knock your helmet off. Nice way to meet your friends. So here we go. Kiriage, ski 2 steps, boom, 2 steps in the beat. Kiriage, ski, beat. Kiriage, ski 2 steps, boom, 2 steps on the beat, boom, pull it back, boom, pull it back. That's why this is wrapped up. I was doing this with my sword, a little heavy. Kiriage, ski 2 steps, left foot, right foot, boom. Now their helmet's knocked off. We got to ruin their day. So I had the next cut. Kiriage. Ski 2 steps. Beat. Full body showman to the floor. Get that image. You made him walk backwards. Excuse me, got it right. You cut under his helmet. The ski moves him backwards. The beat knocks his helmet off. Look at his posture. Full body showman. Lights out, game over. You win. So, Kiriage. Ski 2 steps. Quick, beat, full showman. With intensity. You saw that wonderful intensity in the tea ceremony. Beautiful, controlled, calm intensity. I was so jealous. So I want to have that same feeling. Kiriage, ski, beat, intensity. Everything comes up out of your body through your soul. And you go back. Through Hasso, to your Geidan. Lock on your target. Kiriage, ski, hit, slice. And as much as I would love to look at my partner and enjoy that corpse, this is not the time to look down, is it? He's probably got a friend. So I don't get to admire that. I have to keep my head up and keep looking. Kiriage, ski, beat, full cut. I'm not sure how much I can do from the side, but I'll do my best. Kiriage, ski, beat, full showman. You can see the front knees bent, the shoulders are shifted forward, but I'm not off balance. If you want to improve your sword work, always look at your balance. You always want to feel that you have some control over where you're going. One more time. Kiriage, ski, beat, full showman. Good. Now, I have one more cut I'd like to do. Then I want a couple of minutes to review everything. We're going to go back into Hasso, into Geidan. We're going to go up into our Kiriage block. And now we're going to let the sword stay parallel to the ground. Swing around our head, step left, and you have a huge Yokomen. I won't tell you its nickname because it's naughty. Right now, Nathan Missler is laughing. Kiriage. Notice the sword is parallel at the start, and it starts at 45 degrees now. And now we have a low Yokomen all the way to the floor. Sorry. Hasso. Geidan. Kiriage. Sword piece stays parallel to the floor, step left, a big Yokomen. This happens if I cut his helmet straps. His bloody helmet stays on. I gotta take that helmet off and hopefully part of his head. Kiriage. Flat Yokomen. Let that Yokomen kick your feet off into 45 degrees. Back into Geidan. Kiriage. Big Yokomen. Yokomen's going to spin you. Go ahead and let it spin. It's okay. Kiriage. Big Yokomen. Let it spin. All right. One more time. Kiriage. Big Yokomen. Let it swim. Looks good. All right. For a long time, we've been sitting in chairs. We haven't been able to train a lot. Finally here, we can because the weather's getting good. We're out in the park. So what I want to do is I want to take that last technique we did. I want you to do it as fast as you can without any concern for style. Just get out there and swing that puppy. We're going to do it for about a minute, and I'm going to join in because I don't get enough exercise either. So keep in mind, count in your mind how many times you do it. Ready, set, start. Good, you got another 30 seconds. $15. 5 more. Should have time for 1 more. All right. Woo! Somebody's out of shape. And I walked 5 miles Monday. Unfortunately, walking doesn't translate in Aikido. So, I'd love to tell you how many I did, but I have no idea. I lost track when I told you the new count. But you probably had 15 or 20 if you're good. So kudos if you did that. And now, we have to review. Should never end a lesson without reviewing what you've taught your students. That's the school teacher in me. So we're going to start with our Shomen, Yokomen, Yokomen. Shomen, Yokomen, Yokomen. And after you do a speed run like that, I'm going to slow everybody down and really focus and do your technique as close to how you want it as you can. Now, after we did that, excuse me, that was running time. We started going into our haso and our geidan, back into our kamae. Haso, geidan, back into kamae. Haso, geidan, back into kamae. And then we added our shomen. Maybe, I think we added ski, sorry, changed my mind. Ski, 1 foot. All I need to do is move my right foot. Ski. Good. 1 more. Ski. And 1 more because 4 is our lucky number today. And ski. Then I think we went into our haso. Again, now we start our kiriage. So up. Haso. Geidan. Up. Haso. Geidan. Up. 1 more. Haso. Geidan. Up. I'm going to review that whole little fun kata that we had. Haso. Geidan. Kiriage, ski, beat, full shomen. 3 more times. Kiriage, ski, beat, shomen. 2 more. Kiriage, ski, beat, shomen. Sorry, I got a little close. Took out my new iPad. Kiriage, ski, beat, full shomen. And that leads us to our very last technique, the kiriage 2, as we like to call it, the yippee-ki-yay yokomenuchi. Kiriage, big yokomenuchi. Kiriage, big yokomenuchi, really reaching out in that yokomen. Kiriage, big yokomenuchi. 1 more and you've got it. Totally awesome. My hope is that you had fun. I'm sweating. I'm not sure if my air conditioner is failing or just me, but thank you very much for inviting me. Thanks to the committee to asking me to join them. This is a wonderful concept, wonderful experience. All I can say is, hontou ni domo arigatou gozaimashita.
Here we go. could you explain the grip on the sword and how your grip also helps you, and in every way, how can we swing the sword more efficiently, beginning with the grip?
Okay, classical EI grip, good sword grip. Bottom two fingers hold very firmly. Next two fingers hold lightly. The thumb keeps everything locked in place. So same idea at the top. Two fingers hold strongly, two fingers hold lightly, the thumb locks your sword in place. Theoretically, you're putting there's a V in your palm, right in here. That's where your sword goes. So when you get your sword, you set the pommel in that V, very carefully wrap your fingers around, and then adjust it as you need to. I always have to adjust it a little bit, but it's not a side grip. It's not, I hate this. What's that? That's an invitation to cut that off. We have a saying in a Naka dojo, anything that sticks out gets cut off. So we don't stick body parts out. Just like when you go into hasso, you'll never see me in a classical hasso. My EI teacher was insane. Arms down. You're staying close to your body. Everything that can get taken out stays close. And if you want to make sure that your sword stays in balance, please get away from the kendo cut. Please don't come here because you've got to throw your blood out to cut your sword. It looks terrible and it's very inefficient. It's great with the Shinai and Kendo. They have rules. There are no rules in good sword work. Just like in good Aikido, there are no rules. There are gentlemen's agreements. I.e., if you tear someone's ear off, you give it back. But there are no rules of what you can and can't do, which is why it's a very scary art. So when I cut, this is as far as my sword goes back, parallel to the floor. That's it. And then I throw it. Senseis will tell you there's a glob of paint on the end of your sword. Throw it away, and that'll help you cut better. Next, I've explained that.
Excellent, great, thank you. So, by the way, you're getting a ton of love in the chat. It was a lot of fun. Everybody had such a good time. Yeah, thank you. Next question is, when you teach basic movements and these kinds of movements, how do you relate them to empty-handed techniques? Could you share some of that, some of your wisdom on the relationship of the sword and empty-handed techniques?
I was very honored to live with Saotome Sensei and his wife for 2 years. And one of the things that we talked about for a little tiny bit was how these related. And he said, oh, Wendy-san, so simple, you're stupid. Well, he says that all the time, it's nothing new. But think about this shodan. What is it? It's that. That's it. You would never take your sword and do this to cut shodan, right? So you get taught with sword work and you realize that sword's protecting the center of your body, right? That's what it does. What does your hand do? Same thing, it protects the center line. Everything is protecting the center line. They stick a sword in your ear, you can ignore it, but they stick a sword in your heart or your belly button, fight's over. So all your weapons work teaches you center line, right into Aikido. Everything is protecting the center line. That was an easy one, thank you.
Excellent, thank you. Somebody wants to know, do you ever practice where you hit something, a tire, who knows what, but do you ever practice hitting things?
Oh yeah,
hitting
my
people,
partner's accidentally, but
bamboo. Yeah.
We had rubber tires in the holders, and Sensei came in one day, my EI Sensei came in one day and saw us do that and blew a total fit. He said, what this club? This surgical steel, this, you could do surgery. You gotta bash your edge on that tire? How you cut steak? You take your knife and bash it? I know eat with you. How do you cut a steak? You put your knife on it, you slide it. What's a shodan? It's a slide down your partner's body. If you've ever seen someone cut with a live sword, they don't bash anything. They just reach out, put their soul through the target, and the target mysteriously cuts in half. There's no power. Not that you can see. And that's another story I can tell you, but we don't have enough time. Anything else?
Well, I'm personally going to ask the question to go into that story a little bit more. If this is, a certain kind of power, where would you say the power comes from in your sword movement and cuts?
Same place it comes from Aikido. It comes from your center. If you, hopefully, I'm not guaranteeing anything, but hopefully when you watch me cut, you don't see my arms engaged. There's no hiking of the shoulders. There's no pulling up the body because that has nothing to do with it. Watch the center. What did the center just do? move forward. Just like when you punch in karate, you stop it. Where does that power come from? My arm is completely relaxed. All comes from here. And I did put a friend of mine down on the floor with a 3-inch punch one time accidentally. I know it works.
Thank you. To use a golf metaphor, you kind of teed up my class because we're going to be talking about the difference between that upper body and where some center and lower body power comes from. So thank you for that, Sensei. That's okay. In a few hours. And another question is, how do you recover from Kiriagi to Yokomen to Kamae? How do you make those kind of recoveries and transitions?
Well, from the Yokomen, I would go back into a shoman and step into the Kamae. I would not try to go Yokomen back here. But we do a Yokomen kata where we come to the top and then we step back into Kamae. And that's the most fluid because you got this big movement from here, just let it go right through and come back in again. It's a good conservation of momentum. Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Okay. You're just getting a lot more love. I want you to know. People really, really appreciated this session and all your generous sharing. I have one more question, and that is, how would you sort of compare or contrast work with the sword and the jo?
Wow, that is interesting. There's so many similarities, but remember you have a cutting instrument versus a poking instrument or kind of a bashing instrument. So they have some relation because of the way you move your lower body and the fact your arms should be relaxed and your focus and your targets are often the same. But a cutting instrument is going to have a little bit of a curve in everything you do, where a jo has a tendency to be linear and kind of stop when you make contact. It's hard to explain because I haven't really thought about that before. I've kept them very separate in my mind. That's an interesting question. Next time we go to the park tomorrow, I'll have to play, or Sunday, I'll have to play.
Okay. We just have a couple more minutes, and I do have another question, by the way. You know, hugely educational, fantastic class, so much fun, a fabulous session, just so you know. And thank you, everybody. Glad you're enjoying. One more question. How do you transition your movements to ski? And especially this, you know, here, how do you transition to ski?
Depends what you're doing. If you're doing a Yokomen, I do what we call a watershed, and I ski to go behind me. If I'm in Geidan, of course, it's just an extension ski. If you're in Shomen, it's just an extension ski. You have to, if you're doing a Yokomen, you have to change. I wouldn't particularly try to go to a ski from a Yokomen. It's too awkward. I would just either flip and go the other person or do it twice. Flip, kill him, flip, and kill them.
Okay. Excellent. Good. All right. Well, it's just about time. Again, thank you ever so much. And it's wonderful to watch you. I just want to say, to watch how connected your movements are, how much the weapon, the sword, is a part of you. It's not something different, or that if you would, looks like you're nodding your head. We have one last minute. I want to say something about your oneness with your weapon.
That's very kind. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm asking you, would you say a word about that sense of oneness with, and how you get there?
You get there by constant practice. That's the only way you get it. You have to train, and then when you get done, train some more. I only tell you what my karate teacher told me. After you punch 10,000 times, you'll have it. Swing this 10,000 times, you'll have it.
Awesome. Great. I always say that Aikido, when I'm talking to non-Aikido people that I give seminars to, I teach them I and Ki and Do, the way, but it looks a lot like do in English. So the do is the practice.